This is Allison. Thank you for joining me for Where I'm From 251 with Jill. What have you been reading? I've been reading a lot of fiction, it seems. So I read Monogamy by Sue Miller, and now I'm reading Lakeshore Unlimited because I asked someone what their favorite ones of hers were, and they mentioned that one. So I'm reading it. And then, Jill, I'm going to invite you. I read a while ago and shared on here Joel's memoir, The Heart Folds Early, and here it is right here. And when we were in conversation for Femon, she mentioned an essay that she thought I'd like to read in one of her collections, If This Were Fiction, a love story. And I read that and I loved it. So I love both of these books, this book and her other book. And in there, until when you're here, actually here, just invite to join. Okay. I've invited you. So hopefully on your phone, because the iPad doesn't work. I'll invite you again. And in it says you're unable to join. We hate when that happens. We'll try for another minute, and then if it doesn't work, we'll just start over. So that there isn't this long. Oh, it did work. Fantastic. Hello, Jill.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I accepted the first time, but I think it
of course you
rejected
did.
me.
Yeah.
Hello, this is my first time on Instagram Live, so that I am here at all is
You did very
incredible.
good.
I
You did
was
well.
just I was just yelling for my kid in case we had
I
an emergency
wondered. I wondered
situation.
if you
I was
were
like, I need
gonna
somebody
call
under
in, and
50 in
yeah,
this room.
I wondered if you were call them over.
Whew.
I've done it way more times than I don't think my teenagers have ever done it. I
Oh,
think so. They might have been in as
mine
much
might not
trouble as
have
you.
either,
Yeah.
actually.
Um, but I was just singing your praises. I don't know if
Oh,
you
thank you.
heard.
I missed the
Yes.
praises, but I
Yes.
appreciate them
But I read
nevertheless.
your book, The Heart Folds Early. And then when we were in conversation about it, and I loved it, you mentioned that I might also want to read another one of your books, which
Oh,
was, I don't know if you remember, but I thought that was pretty slick of you to be able to do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that was slick.
Yeah, if this were fiction, because there was an essay in there that you thought I might
Yes.
want to read, which I did, and I was glad I read it. Um, but
Thank you.
then in it, you mentioned that the one book or the one essay that everybody likes that you've ever taught fiction memoir to is Joanne Beard's book. Um,
Yeah. And then you
uh,
read that too.
yes, yes, and I absolutely loved it. So I was so
Yeah.
glad that I went down that rabbit hole because it is an older book,
Yeah.
that maybe if you aren't taking classes, you're not reading.
Yeah. The
So
Boys of My Youth is the
yes,
the book to which Allison is referring. And
yes.
to me, it's like just a fundamental
Oh
text
man,
for writing nonfiction. Yeah.
I loved it. I was so yeah, I was really blown away by it.
Yeah.
And I am a person who talks often about how I like just straight memoir. I don't need it to have some hook or some, prescriptive. I just
Yeah.
like to read about people. And I felt like, okay, this is a great example of it's just a
Yeah.
life written
Yeah.
about superbly, but it's a life.
Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway,
So
thanks for taking
many.
me down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, you're welcome. So many lines from that book live in my head. Just simple
Mm.
things like I'm weary, she said in italics. So sometimes when I'm tired, I think I'm weary.
That seems very appropriate right
Yeah.
now, for many reasons. But
So many reasons. We are
yeah,
weary in italics.
yeah, yes, we are. So thank you for joining me again.
Oh, it's
Lovely to
fun.
see
This
you.
is a fun adventure. I can't really see what you're seeing, but I hope it's okay.
I'm seeing like about to the bottom of your chin to the top
Okay.
of your head.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
more of me?
Yes, a little more of you. And how are things in Muncie? Hot.
They're good. It is extremely hot.
Uh-huh.
And in life passage news, my husband and son are out in the backyard disassembling the childhood play set, which I
Yeah.
thought I would feel okay about until I looked out the window just as I
Mm.
was jumping in the shower to get ready for this and thought, oh, hold on. So
Yeah.
that's happening. Why they're doing it on 1,000-degree day, I'm not exactly sure. And what I'm going to do with the pile that was my children's childhood, I also don't know. But
Oh,
right before this, I went to a yoga class
hmm.
because, yeah, I wanted to do that. So I'm fully relaxed. I wrote this poem a little long, and I have not had time to make it shorter yet. It is fully a prose poem, but prose is my thing.
Right.
So what are you
I
gonna
feel like
do?
that, yeah, it's on brand for you. So you get to
Yeah,
just lean into it.
yeah.
Um,
My husband is a poet, listeners, and this makes him sound bad. He meant it in the most loving way. But
mhm.
when we met in the MFA program at the University of Alabama, and at that time, the prose writers you had to take a class in the opposite genre.
Mhm.
And we called the opposite genre class, like, so for us fiction writers, it was baby poetry. And I took baby poetry with the poet Tom Rabbit, who was not enamored of me or my poetry in any way. And when I tried to get Mark from help, he said, "It's amazing how bad your poems are for
Oh.
someone who's such a beautiful writer." I was like, "Oh, thank you, thank
Yeah.
yeah,
On that note, this
yeah,
is very much a place for people to feel like poets,
yeah, sure,
and to feel
hmm
successful in what they've created, because
yes,
that's my vibe. So
yeah."
your
I
poetry
enjoyed
is
the
great to
process very
me.
much.
Yeah, I am not a professional poet. And it's funny
Mhm.
because I took a poetry writing class in college, and she also was not enamored of my
Yeah.
poetry and really turned me. And then I have reconnected with some people, and I was not the
Mm.
only one who had that experience. So this seems to be an antidote to that. Like,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
I was not a good poet. She just was always like, ugh,
I know.
I don't like it. Like, and it's
I
just, 12 people or 11 people, and you
yeah.
just feel the laser focus and of disdain.
Yeah. I've
Um,
been there.
yeah,
I'd like to say this is another thing we have in common.
I know so many things.
So many things.
I'm also feeling really hormonal. So,
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like you might be too because of the,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yep. I don't know how much time we have or what our audience looks like, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. I was just sitting there this morning, like, I
the
mean, at
hormones
least
are
now I
real.
know like
Yeah.
what it is, because when I was younger, I didn't know what it was really. And I think, just give me a long life that I'm gonna feel like this every
Yeah.
day.
My main tip from where I sit at 57 years old is to make sure this is for everyone, to not wait too long to get the care you need, because the care is out there,
I
and
know.
this is not a thing to muscle through.
I know I'm
Just
fighting for
because you
it.
can do
It's
something doesn't mean you should,
I know. And
right?
it shouldn't be as difficult as it is. And so I just keep making
Yeah.
appointments and keep
Yeah.
chipping away at it.
I hope you'll find
It's
the right person to help you.
Thank you. I do too, but it also makes me angry that
Yes,
it's like
I
hard.
know. Again,
It
we do
should
not have enough time to go down this road right
no,
now. You've
but it's
said
just a
like 18 minutes, right?
general
But
message.
yeah,
Like in general,
yes.
it shouldn't be this hard.
No, it should not be this hard. Everyone get the care you need and fight for it. You
Yeah.
deserve it.
Even though it's exhausting and you wish you didn't have to fight.
It
I
is.
just
And
wish we
we
didn't
are
have to
weary in
fight so
italics.
much. That's right.
This is why I think this in my head. And it's true that
Yeah.
weary in italics is fully different than weary in just straight up font,
Yeah.
right? I am
Yeah.
weary. Yeah, in italics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, I mean, 18 minutes is a nice goal, but it's fine if we don't hit it. I often don't hit it. It's more just to
Okay.
let people know.
Since since again my poem is too long, I barely followed the directions. I do believe that we writers are by nature resistant to instruction. And
Mm.
so I followed the instructions at first and I really did enjoy it. But as soon as I started, I was so grateful that you had said, if you stray, just go on. And once
Yeah.
I headed down a different path, I
Yeah.
was gone. I
Oh
would
yeah.
throw in a brand name every once in a while to just be loyal to the prompt.
Uh, that's sweet. A little nod to
Yeah.
the prompt.
A little nod to the
Little hat
prompt.
tip. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
nice. All right. Commence.
Okay. Oh, also, I think I accidentally, here's another book you all should read. It is
Please.
my it's my first book, Dark Room, A Family
Yes.
Exposure,
Mm-hmm.
which was a book I wrote when I was in the MFA program at the University of Alabama in the
Mm-hmm.
90s, and the first book that I had to write. And I think that I was unconsciously and then sometimes consciously, um, this is hilarious. CVS just sent me a text letting me know that both my estrogen and my progesterone is in and ready to be picked up, which just flashed across your face. I wish I'd
Yes.
had time to take a screenshot.
Yes, that would
Um,
have been perfect. They
I
they
was
knew. They knew.
they
They're
heard,
plugged
well,
into
they
the
probably
collective
heard,
consciousness.
probably not even just the government heard, and they just listened and they sold that information, and then CVS sent
That
that
was
to me.
fast.
So
That was a
yeah,
fast.
it's
That was
fast.
it.
It's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
So I think I did borrow possibly some lines from that, not opening the book, but that just live in my head.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
okay,
You plagiarized yourself. That's your
I
warning.
plagiarized myself. So I apologize. University of Georgia
Mm-hmm,
Press. What are you gonna
mm-hmm.
do?
You're gonna get a
Okay,
text from them right
yeah.
now.
Wait for it. It's a little scary.
It is.
Even when you don't Google things these days
I
or
know.
whatever, and
Mm-hmm,
then, but you
mm-hmm,
mentioned this hormones, like we're both going to be getting like all of these hormone replacement. And
mm-hmm.
our Instagram is just going to be full of neck creams. And like, okay, Instagram, don't send, I don't, it's okay. I just, no more neck creams. All right. Just leave me alone. Or
I feel
mobility
like I'm
exercises.
just
I'm
like
moving as fast as
harassed
I
by
can.
them, right? You're like, stop harassing me. What do I have to do for you to stop? I'm okay with getting older. Can you stop
Yeah,
it?
just leave
Like,
me alone.
yeah, I
I
don't
know.
need the, like,
No.
I know. And if
But
someone
you
sends you
watch, our
something,
feeds are just
forget
going to be,
about it.
that's all it's going to be after this conversation.
Right.
Okay. But maybe we'll get something from this. Okay.
Maybe we need to talk about vacations or something. Then they would
Oh,
show us that,
yeah. Costa Rica would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Just puppies. Listen, I'm all for the puppies, any kind of
Yeah.
puppy. Like,
Yeah. You're not going to get
yep.
any of that.
Yeah. No.
No, they're looking
Okay.
for 5 women in your neighborhood who want to get fit. Okay, go. That's what I was kidding.
Where I'm from, after George Ella Lyon. I am from paintbrushes and oils. From a couple of art students in the 60s, from Marty and Pete. Inhale studio fumes, exhale coffeehouse smoke. I am from Tang powdered drink mix. If it was good enough for the astronauts, it was good enough for us. Paired with wild mushroom pie. I am from honest to goodness hippies. Peripatetic as an army brat, but with different politics, I'd explain later when I got to college in Oregon and someone asked me that impossible question: where are you from? Let me start again. I am here because my brother Ian almost died when he was 1, burned in scalding water, his soft flesh coming off in our young father's hands like the skin of a peach. I am from the pediatric ICU, the breakup and the blame, the running away. I am from scars softened by tubs of Palmer's cocoa butter and reconciliation. It was Christmas, my mother says. I wanted a baby that matched. I am the baby that matched. I am from the Florida swamps, born to a mother deep in twilight sleep, while my father took my still breathing brother to the Miami Serpentarium to watch the longest crocodile in captivity snap up live chickens for her lunch. Cookie was her name. And even as I was pulled into this world, my father was already leaving. The writer Rick Bass says, always get the names of the goats and the beer. I am from the borrowed van my mother drove north to the storm battered beaches of a Massachusetts island where she shacked up with Captain Billy, and we rode out nor'easters, hurled down dunes and empty barrels, nursed seagulls with broken wings. I am from sand in the sheets, duct taped everything, and a pet tarantula named Spike. I am from a cross country drive to the Kettle River Range of Washington State, off grid, off road, so impassable in winter, we pulled our groceries up the mountain on orange sleds. I am from purple tinged buds, California coolers, lip lickers, and bubblicious. Everything flavored grape, puckering my lips for boys I had no business kissing. I am from kerosene lamps, wicks smoking in the yellow light over the paperbacks we passed from cabin to cabin. Steinbeck's Cannery Row, Jean M. All's The Clan of the Cave Bear, Stephen King's The Shining. I am from outhouses, ponderosas, and heavy bricks of government cheese. I am from the buzzing of the spotting planes and golden eagles overhead. I am from just the story I needed to write in the admissions essay that bought me a one-way ticket out of Dodge. In high school, I rode my horse Muna to a one-room schoolhouse. Years later, my mother shakes her head at my first baby's car seat. In what kind of world can a mother not just hold her baby on the way home from the hospital? It's amazing you kids survived. I am from wild and beautiful places, from It's Amazing You Kids Survived, from Make Love, Not War, from This Too Shall Pass. Thank you. Well, it's fun. I added that This Too Shall Pass just at the end, right before
Oh
I
yeah.
sent it to you. I thought of it when I was in the yoga class.
Thank you, yoga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
I was really just talking about Clan of the Cave Bear not long ago, how that was one of those books that everyone read and now I never hear mentioned as a evidence of how books feel like they're
Yeah.
going to live on forever and you don't know which ones are actually going to do that.
Yeah. I
Because really
know.
everyone read that book.
Well, and it was like it had so much like cave sex in it.
It did. And it had
Right.
multiple installments. And there was a
Yeah.
movie. Like it did all the things that
Yeah. I
you're
never
supposed to
saw the
do.
movie.
Me
Yeah.
neither. I heard it was terrible. But
I'm sure. I mean, it
I
had
mean,
to be terrible.
I don't really know, especially back then. Like what were the costumes, the everything, I'm sure was not great. But I also
Yeah.
love the poem in general, but it was just funny that you brought up that book because, you
Yeah.
know, we still
We
talk
had
about
like, it
Steinbeck.
was a species of library up on the mountain. Like there was a community and different, like, so there
Yeah.
were like a limited number of books.
Yes.
Right.
Hmm.
And there were a lot of good books. There were classics.
Sure.
I did start writing when I lived on the mountain as a
Mhm.
teenager because
Mhm.
I mean, that's all there
Yep.
was
Yep.
was books. And there was a lot of Steinbeck. So I
Yes,
was
there was a
heavily
lot of
influenced by
Steinbeck.
Steinbeck as a
Hmm.
young person.
Hmm.
Cannery Row is my favorite. That's why I used that one. Although I read East of
Interesting.
Eden, I read them all. I love the
Hmm.
frogs. Does anybody out there, if you or to you, the frog
Anybody.
catching scene in Cannery Row?
I
If
haven't
you
read
have,
Cannery Row. I
oh my,
haven't. That was also a
okay,
movie, which I distinctly
okay,
remember.
I didn't see the movie either, but
Yeah.
if you want to really laugh and see how to write humor, I have returned
Uh,
to it again and again. The
Interesting.
frog catching scene in Cannery
Hmm.
Row is the one. I think we should teach a whole class on it, honestly. It's brilliant.
Okay, that is high praise.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So
That's my
Steinbeck
tip.
still sticks with you. You still love him.
Yes. I
Okay.
mean, Clan of the Cave. Yes.
It's no Clan of the Cave Bear, but after.
Yeah. I mean, all those books sort of together in collision, right? So there
Mhm.
was like high art and low art and everything in
Mhm.
between. I mean, of course we were reading Mother Earth News in the outhouse also, right? And like the Farmer's Almanac, right? Like all of these things. Seriously, like when people say,
I
what are your
know.
influences? I'm like, all of it. Herman Hesse. I remember
Oh my God,
like what
Siddhartha.
teenager can
Hmm.
understand that?
I don't know, but that
Yeah.
was very much around for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I just read everything, and I'm still a bit like this.
Me
Like,
too.
I just like to read everything, and like we've talked about it with other poems, the cereal boxes, the
Sure.
whatever, the comics, the astrology that's this
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. All of it.
Dear Abby, the news, all of it.
All of it.
Yeah,
And when people say, like as a teacher and as a parent, when people are like, "Oh, what do you have?" I was like, "I don't care. Read what truly. Read,
agreed.
just keep reading.
Yeah,
Whatever appeals to you in that moment, read
yeah,
that and then read the next
yes.
thing and just read widely and wildly and you'll be fine."
Agreed. And if you don't like something, it's okay to put it down. You
Sure.
don't need
Oh
to
yeah.
complete everything. That was very, that
Oh,
came to that later in life because I really
same.
was like, oh, I need to finish this. This is
Same. You
important. This
don't.
is, no, you don't,
You don't.
because it's going to
You don't
stop
even
you
need to put it
reading.
back on the shelf. It can go directly in the donate box. Don't ask me what books I did
Yeah.
that with.
Oh, so many for me. And it's just
Yeah.
like, the reason I was asking about Steinbeck is I mean, I rarely read men at this point in my
Yeah.
life. Like, I just don't.
Yeah,
I
me
did it for many decades. So now
right.
it's like, I'm happy to
Yeah.
read other
That's
things.
so true. And that's absolutely true of me too. And by the time I got to college, I was reading almost exclusively Black women. Right.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
like because I hadn't before, like I didn't
Yes.
know. And I got
I
there and I was
know.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right.
I know.
And so I think I started reading Maya Angelou and then I found Toni Morrison and then and then Alice
Yes.
Walker, then Terry McMillan, and then I was just like it
Yeah.
just blew
And
my
Zora Neale
mind.
Hurston, my AP
Oh my
English
gosh.
teacher introduced me to Toni Morrison and Zora Neale Hurston. And I
Tony
very
Cade Bombara.
definitely
I was like, that's how
changed the way
yeah.
of my reading and
Yes.
writing and thinking about myself
Yeah.
because it was the first time that um, there were things I was reading that were for everyone in a different way.
Yeah.
Like even though because I think people get in their heads about like identity politics, blah blah blah. But I feel like in so many ways they're writing for everyone way more than like a white man, the default, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, those books spoke to me.
Yeah.
They
There were a lot of
certainly
white men in the cabins though. Now Larry McMurtry, fine writer.
yes. Yes. And a good way to pass the time. He tells a good story,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Last Picture Show. I love Last Picture Show.
Yeah. Me too.
Also a movie. I feel like I've said that many times. Great movie.
Now, if
So
anybody's looking for things to do this weekend, this holiday weekend, they can just line up, just start with these movies. I mean, you might want to, I
skip
don't
the
know where you
first
want to position
ones.
the Clan of the Cave Bear in that,
I
but
don't I think watch Last Picture Show of those. But so what was your experience writing this poem? Because you sent me an email yesterday, day before yesterday.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been weary and I've been busy. I've got a 22-year-old moving into our first apartment. I've got a
Oh,
mom who had a bad glaucoma surgery. Like there's just been a lot happening.
yeah.
Um, and so I did not begin my poem until yesterday. I'm like a
Yesterday. Okay.
bad
I wasn't
undergrad, even though I was given the assignment a month ago. Like I-
Yeah,
I'm
probably
I'm not
more than
gonna
a
lie
month
about this.
ago, Jill. I'm not gonna lie.
More than a month.
I think
But I think I did an okay job.
I
I
think you
think
did a good
I
job.
think this could be one of those one time a writer friend of mine, I was supposed to be I was teaching in the low res
Mm,
MFA program at Ashland University. And it was during the time when Wild was big, and Cheryl Strayed was
mhm.
there, and I was introducing her. But I had to teach all day, do work like I was, and here it was half an hour before, and I was like, I have not written this introduction yet. And my colleague, who shall
Mhm.
remain unnamed, said a thing to me that changed my life and has really helped me since then. And it was this, okay, if you're an undergrad, this doesn't count.
If you're a grown up, this is for grown
If you're,
ups.
and it
Hmm.
was chill. Preparation is for rookies. You got this.
That's what I tell myself, Jill.
And
So
so
I'm
I
happy
thought
to
to
hear someone
myself,
else told you that.
preparation is for rookies. So
I
yeah.
think also when you've done, you've done your 10,000 hours, whether you believe in that or not, whatever you believe in, once you've done
Oh,
something,
it's true.
like it is in you in a different way. And you're better at sort of knowing
I mean, I
yourself,
have been
your voice, your
practicing
words, all of
every
these
day
things.
for a lot of
Right.
years now.
Right. Right. Maybe not in this form, but they're all related. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah. So I'm
Uh,
sorry. And if you do
don't
want to
apologize to
actually do
me. Why are
anything
you
with it,
sorry? I
I
loved it.
should make it. I think I could squeeze it a little bit. I think it
Mm,
could use some distillation. I read it
sure.
to my children before I went off to the yoga class.
Hmm.
And I feel like they sort of shrugged non-committally. Ella, if you're at the pool listening, hey, it's really nice of you to get on. They were, so I might let them go at it with a little bit more energy. Again, time was short. So, but,
Well, I think you're
um,
probably thoughtful about that because you co-edit a flash.
I do.
So you're
And you
probably
know what
thinking
I was
about it more than
thinking?
the average person, I would
I
imagine.
was, and this definitely needs squeezing. And I think the practice so I'm what you're alluding to, but
Yes,
I
I'm
will
going to let you
tell.
explain it.
Yeah,
So, because I
is
might
that
not
I'm a
use all the right
co-editor.
words.
Yeah, I'm a
Hmm.
co-editor of River Teeth, a journal of nonfiction
Yes.
narrative, and River Teeth has
Yes.
a daughter magazine,
Hmm.
riverteethjournal.com. River Teeth has a daughter magazine called Beautiful Things, which is
Yes.
micro nonfictions of 250 words or fewer, and I
Hmm.
edit that, and I love editing that. And when I'm editing other people, this is not hard for me. This squeezing, like I can be pretty helpful. So I'm going to try to apply my editor brain, which actually hadn't quite kicked in, to this and see what happens.
Well, I get it every Monday in my inbox, and you too can get it every Monday in your inbox if
For
you'd
free.
like for free. And it's a lovely way to start the week. Highly
People tell me
recommend.
it's one of the best, the best email they get on Mondays.
Yes, it's
So,
lovely. And it's very fun when it's someone I know. That's a special treat.
which
It's like,
probably happens
oh,
fairly frequently.
it happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is lovely. And
Yeah.
so
There aren't
I
that
recommend
many
it.
of us.
I know it's sort of strange. Yeah. It's like, anyway, good for us, though, I say,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're out here telling our stories because,
Yeah.
man,
Supporting each other. It's a
yeah,
great community. I love it. I'm very grateful to be part of it. And I'm very
yeah.
grateful to have been invited to do this with you.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. That it's my privilege. I love it. I just am so happy to be in this place where I get to encourage people to share their stories with me because I need that encouragement. I think many of us need
Yeah.
that encouragement. You have published four memoirs, three.
Technically, three memoirs and a collection of essays.
Okay. So four books. We'll just say
Yeah.
four books.
hmm
Um, and do you need that encouragement, Jill? As someone who has published four books?
I do need that encouragement. Not so much for me these days. I I have really learned that writing is like the happiest place I can enter.
Mm,
So when I'm not doing it, it's because I just have so much other stuff going on and it
yep.
is impossible to prioritize it. And I am
Yep.
not happy then. Like I used to have a
Mm-hmm.
joke that who said it? It might have been Rick Bass again. Someone said, I like having written. Like, do you like writing? I like
Yeah.
having written. I
Hmm.
am in fact someone who likes being in it. Like
So do
that's
I.
what I like the best
Yeah.
is being in it.
Hmm. Because once
So
I've written it, it's over. Like, I mean, I enjoy
yeah.
it. It's nice to have written something. It's nice if it touches people. But the thing is, the process for me of
Yes.
getting into it and discovering myself, which
Yes.
is an
And
incredible
that's
thing to keep doing.
it's following a question, it's
Yep.
discovery. So I
Hmm.
just love it. So when I fall out of it, as I did, like normally I'm a daily writer.
Oh, that's
that's the way I,
amazing.
that's the way I'm happiest, and that's the way
Hmm.
I'm the most productive also, because
Hmm.
then I'm always
Hmm.
writing. Like I was writing
Yeah.
in yoga today because I was writing this poem. I was like, oh my gosh, it
Yeah.
has to end with this too shall pass, right? And then I was
Hmm.
thinking about, like, my mother is extremely quotable, right? So that was helpful in this writing.
Yeah.
But I I I was doing a lot of marketing for the new book,
Yeah.
and which I'm grateful to have the opportunity to do. And and Nicole Grave Lipson came to talk to my class, and I love her. And she said,
We are in
"Oh,
the
I'm not
same
going
book
to be."
club.
I know she's amazing. How come I'm not in this book club?
I don't know.
I don't,
Why aren't you in this book
I
club?
don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, she came to she was and she's so charming and amazing and smart. And
Mhm.
she was like, "Oh, I'm not never going to be one of those people who's like, oh, I have to do this marketing." And I'm like, I think I'm that person.
I think it's a lot.
I think I might be
I'm
that
in it.
annoying.
I think it's a
Because
lot.
truly, everyone listening, please buy the book. It's really good. I worked
Yes.
on it super hard for 20
Yes.
years.
Yeah.
Like I work really hard on that part.
Yeah.
I'm just not as good at the public facing part when I'm not in a room by myself. This is
Yeah.
fine because this feels like I'm in a room with
Yeah.
you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're talking.
Yes. No, I
And
mean,
so
I
I,
get it.
I hadn't been really writing
Yeah.
enough. And so
Yeah.
when I was off the grid recently for a while because I was visiting my mom from the
Mhm.
aforementioned poem.
She's still there?
Well, she's off the mountain now, thank goodness.
Okay, because that would be a little
Because I mean,
concerning
she's
to me.
82.
Yes, that would be concerning to me. My
Yeah.
mom lives in the forest, but not off the grid.
Right. So now
Yeah.
my mom is on, but she doesn't have internet.
Okay. She also has internet. I
Yeah.
mean,
So, which
wow.
is kind of
Okay.
great because it's kind of great not to have
Yeah.
internet. I don't know when the last time you didn't have internet was, but it's
Yeah.
like
No,
if you have to
it's
try really hard to like get a
mm,
connection on your phone, get to the
mhm.
right,
It is
that's
good.
you're just not on it all the time, and it was a
Yeah.
relief. And I started doing daily writing again every day, and I felt like I plopped back into my body from whatever alien world I'd been living on. So that's good. I don't even
That
know if
is
that answered
good.
your question, but the
It
point
answered my
is
question.
I love writing. I think everyone should
Yes.
do it. And I would be stark raving mad if I didn't also. PS.
Yeah. I
And
think
actually I'm not.
it's for everyone.
It's for
Writing.
everyone.
That's
Yeah.
like we started with talking about reading and how important it is, and then I finishing with writing and how important it is. And both
Yes.
are for everyone. And if you aren't enjoying it, try something else. Try
Yeah.
another book, try another form, try another. Just keep trying because you'll find
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. And just little tiny, this
Yeah.
is a bird by bird idea, but right, like those 1 inch picture frames. You don't have to look at the whole,
Yeah.
right? Just look at that single block of
Mhm.
government cheese,
Mhm.
which wasn't great on like a sandwich, but very just great for melting. Really good for like
Government
mac
cheese
and
shows
cheese.
up a fair amount in these poems, not surprisingly. I think
I'm
it's a
not
very foundational brick of whoever was getting it. It's definitely wasn't getting it, so it's not something that it
yeah.
shows up a
The
lot.
powdered milk I can do without, but
Yeah.
the
And does the cheese
cheese
still exist, or is that something that's been phased out? Because I know they
I
had a
don't
warehouse just full of it that was
yeah,
getting
I don't
distributed for a very long time. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Something to think
It
about.
was big. It was like
Yes.
it was there's
Yes.
not enough room on my phone for you to show you how big
Yes.
this cheese was. I tried, but my hands disappeared. Like it was bigger than that.
Yes. It was a brick, a block. Yes.
But like a real like
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
big even bigger than a regular brick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else, Jill? Thank you for joining me. Happy holiday
No, everybody
weekend.
should try to write this poem. It's fun. Give
I
yourself more
agree.
than a day. And
Yes.
then
Especially if
yeah,
you're someone who writes all the time. Like if, it takes you some time to sink into it, give yourself
yeah,
that time.
yeah, give yourself the time. I'm going to be editing this poem for a while now that I've started it. So
Okay.
what you basically got was that kind of that alpha reading. So,
I enjoyed it. I
thank you.
felt like I
Thank you
was
for
there with
reading.
you.
Yeah.
So
Okay, and I'm going to be my best marketing self, jillchrisman.com. Check it
please
out.
do.
riverteethjournal.com. Check it out. That book, it's important to my knowledge. It is the only memoir that's ever been written about the choice to have a second trimester abortion. Read it, share it with your friends,
Read it. Vote.
vote, be kind, do good work, keep in touch.
All right. That's a good signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank
Allison.
you.
Bye.
Bye.